What is up, everyone? Hello, IE Sports Radio family and fans. It is your boy, the SoCal Saint, has returned to grace you with his presence, because I know, that you missed your boy. That's right. I can feel it. Yeah, I hear it in the Twitter sphere. I see it on Facebook, TikTok, whatever. Everybody's like, damn, what happened to the best show on IE Sports Radio? You know, next to 3 and Out, of course. Cheap plug. You owe me one for that, Larry. What happened, What happened to the SoCal Saint, man? Where has he been? Where has the SoCal Saint been? Well, you know what, jabrones and marks? I'll tell you where I've been. I've been working on myself, doing things with the fam, my little man, he's about to be 9 years old, my beautiful wife, just living the blessed dream that the Lord has put in front of my path. Also, I got a new job that I actually mentioned on one of the last episodes of the IE Elite Wrestling show that I did. I now currently work for the city of Fort Worth. I work as a 911 call taker, listening to people at their worst, and sometimes at their not so worst, but definitely craziest, every single day. But it's definitely rewarding. So that's where I've been, guys. It was a long process. The training took many months, and I had to really focus my attention there. So that's what kept me away from the podcast game and IE Sports Radio as a whole. So that's the explanation there. And it sucks. I hated being away. But now I've come to a point in my time there at work where I can balance both. So now here I am. The SoCal Saint has returned to IE Sports Radio, and again, the return of IE Elite Wrestling. That's right, the IE Elite Wrestling show is back with your boy. And don't worry, even though I was not on the air, I was still watching professional wrestling every chance I got. A lot of shit went down while I was away from the podcast game. I think the last time I was on the air was right before Cody Rhodes had that fucking awesome 5-star match. I hate using that term, stupid Meltzer. The 5-star match with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell. Where he was injured walking into the match. I know if anyone saw that. If you haven't, look it up. It is gnarly, and for anybody out there, IE Sports Radio fam included, I know I'm probably not going to make a lot of friends saying that, but it is what it is, man. IE Sports Radio members included. Anybody out there that thinks that wrestling is the dirty, dreaded word fake, or that wrestlers aren't really tough, go fucking watch that match and then come back to me with that bullshit. Because Cody legit wrestled that entire match with a torn pectoral muscle, and his entire right side of his body, from his bicep covering his pec, was completely purple and blue and black from bruising due to the injury. And he put on a hell of a show. A hell of a performance. Cody made himself that night. And he's been on the shelf ever since. But lo and behold, his injury return timetable is looking pretty damn good, because the rumors are out there. Yeah, man, they're out there, yeah. That Cody might be returning at this year's Royal Rumble, which we will get into here shortly. Excuse me. But we also got some other things we got to talk about that have happened since I've been away. There was the Brawl Out well, that's the term that was coined by the internet about what happened at All Out, or what happened after AEW All Out, after the media scrum, where CM Punk and his buddy who was an AEW official at the time, who was no longer with the company. Damn, I forgot his name. Adam something. It's not Adam Pearce, because Adam Pearce is in WWE. Whatever, he's a jabron anyway. Him and Punk got into an actual fist fight, or should I say, it wasn't really a fight, because they're the ones who were the aggressors. Punk and his buddy against Kenny Omega and Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. And it created this whole mess, where now Punk is sitting at home. He's injured, not from the fight. He got injured in the match that he had earlier that night with Moxley. And they're trying to buy out his contract because of what happened, because nobody in the locker room wants Punk there. Or at least, like, a lot of the guys don't. A lot of the ones that have Tony Khan's ear, like Jericho, that fucking miserable douche, and Omega and the Bucks. So Punk is sitting at home, but rumor lately has it that Punk wants to let bygones be bygones and come back and do business. Who knows what that means? Who knows if that'll even come to fruition? Time will tell, so stay tuned on that one, guys. I'll keep y'all posted on that. The really big story that happened last year, right after I unfortunately had to step away from IE Sports Radio, was the whole scandal with Vince McMahon, the hush-hush payments of sexual misconduct that he made to employees and former female talent that is not to be named. I kind of have an idea who I think it might be, but I'm not here to speculate. You know what I mean? But yeah, this came out, and then all of a sudden, right before SummerSlam, Vince McMahon announces his retirement. Something that no one thought would ever come, because we as fans, just knowing the insides and outs of the WWE system and just hearing interviews from past and present talent and employees there, they would be the ones to tell you that Vince would never retire. He was going to die in that chair, in the griddle position, running the show. But somehow, by some act of God or whatever, Vince McMahon stepped away from the WWE. And I wish I could be like singing the praises and hallelujah, because it's been great. WWE has probably been the most entertaining it's been in quite some time, because now Triple H is the head of creative. Stephanie McMahon, his wife, and Nick Khan, who was the president of WWE at the time of Vince's retirement, whatever. They are now the co-heads of the WWE. And with Triple H running creative, you're seeing like a lot more, you can definitely see a lot more wrestling-based stuff in the company now, and a lot of the stupid-ass toilet humor seems to have dissipated for the most part. The shit that Vince thought was entertaining and hilarious, but only to him, not to any of us. And a lot of the people that Vince did wrong by firing over the last couple years, Triple H is rewriting those wrongs, and he hired a lot of those talents back. Just recently, Bronson Reed returned from his time in New Japan as Jonah. And then over the course from July up until now, we have seen the return of Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Karrion Kross and Scarlett, Hit Row, Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai. Oh God, I'm trying to think. There's been so many people that have been brought back. Johnny Gargano, his wife Candice LeRae, Dexter Lumis. Yeah, it's been quite a lot of returns. The Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Lou Gallows, Mia Yim, she's back in the company now as well. Just recently, I read yesterday that apparently Zack Ryder, formerly known as Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, his wife, and former Impact Wrestling Knockout champion Chelsea Green has been rehired by the WWE, and she's supposed to be coming back. She's just waiting for her creative for when she returns. I'm thinking that she may. I hope she doesn't show up in NXT. I think she should be in the main roster. She may very well show up as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. For the women's Royal Rumble match, but we shall see. I know a lot of people are thinking that she would be a good replacement for the now fired Mandy Rose to take over as the leader of Toxic Attraction, but we shall see. But now, just within the last week, we have seen that story take another turn as Vince McMahon has bullied his way back into the company, fired or encouraged a lot of the board members of WWE to step away. He brought in 2 members of his management team that were let go previously. I forgot their names. It's not important. Whatever. It's business. And Vince is now the executive chairman of WWE once again, but he claims he's not going to have any involvement with the day-to-day operations of WWE, and that Triple H is still head of creative. But the facilitation of this is because Vince is apparently gearing up to sell the WWE to the highest bidder. That's right. What I would have thought, just from how things went, and the way Vince, did it in his day, the WWF at the time was purchased from his father, Vincent J. McMahon. Vince McMahon that we know today, purchased the company from his father and turned it into what it is today. So I thought he would do a similar thing, either let it be inherited by his son Shane or his daughter Stephanie, or both of them, or whatever, or he would sell it to one of them. But now apparently the WWE is being geared up by Vince. He's already hired J.P. Morgan Chase to facilitate in helping with the sale to the highest bidder. And a lot of the names being thrown around right now are NBC Universal, Amazon somehow is being thrown in there, Disney, of course. Disney is in there because fuck, Disney owns everything. They own Star Wars, they own Fox, they own Marvel, I believe they own National Geographic. You know what I mean? Like I just can't imagine if Disney fucking bought WWE. Can you imagine? Then you're gonna have guys and you're gonna have women and men being hired at Disneyland to portray the wrestlers on TV as characters. Like they have people portraying the characters from the Marvel films and the Star Wars franchise at their Disney parks now. And then what are we gonna get, like a WWE land at Disney World and Disneyland now? If that happens, that's wow. Yeah, so those are the names I've heard being thrown around right now. Even in the worst case scenario, apparently, is Vince is even considering selling the company to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That sounds fucking horrible. That just sounds horrible. I mean, for just every reason imaginable. I mean, I don't even know if I should even get into it because it's just political and it may upset a lot of people. And I'm not trying to do that, at least my first go around back on there, but that just seems like the absolute worst fucking scenario that could possibly happen with a sale of WWE. But that's where we're at, and I'm here now talking to you guys about it. It's been a whirlwind. It's definitely been a whirlwind. Yeah, the wrestling landscape has definitely changed. This new year kicked off with Wrestle Kingdom 17, I believe. That's New Japan's biggest show of the year. Of course, that's their WrestleMania, and we saw the debut, or lackluster debut, I would say. It definitely was a fucking, it was a big wet fart for me. The formerly known Sasha Banks, she's now known as Mercedes Moné, whatever. And instead of the boss, she's now the CEO. Okay, she went from the boss to the CEO. And she got no reaction, and she botched her very first move in a New Japan ring. Way to go, Mercedes. Way to go. We'll see. I mean, apparently the worst kept secret rumor, much like the worst kept secret about CM Punk returning to AEW, the worst kept secret debut of Mercedes at New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 17. It did what it's supposed to do, at least for New Japan. It brought in viewers because apparently their subscriptions to New Japan World went up 40,000 subscribers from the previous year. So I mean, she's helping at least financially for New Japan. Hopefully she can bring it in the ring when she has her first match next month in San Jose, California for the Battle of the Valley pay-per-view, which will be shown in English. If you don't subscribe to New Japan World, it'll be shown in English on FightTV.com or Fight TV app or whatever means that you can purchase the event. It'll only be $19.99. I don't have an exact date, unfortunately, but I can get that for y'all our next go around. But here on the next, before we get into what the biggest event of the year, of course, because it is that time. Every new year, this is what we're gearing up for. This is what WWE fans look forward to. I would say just wrestling fans in general, but I mean, if you're strictly a WWE fan, this is what you look forward to. This is my probably favorite pay-per-view of the year before the one that it leads into, just because I love the Royal Rumble match. And yes, it is that time of year again. The road to WrestleMania has begun. And the road to WrestleMania starts here in Texas. It'll be live in San Antonio. But we'll get into that more here shortly. I'm going to take a quick little break. But stay tuned for this nice little commercial from one of our IE Sports Radio family members.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the IE Elite Wrestling Show. It's your boy, the SoCal Saint, who's continuing to grace you with his effervescent presence. Ooh, I like that, it rhymed. Yes, that's right. The SoCal Saint is back on the board. Checkmate. Move over, jabrones. Okay? And shout out to Larry B in the chat room. Thank you, sir. I just saw it. My boy Martin. You're my boy, Larry. You're my boy. Thank you for this opportunity, sir. You know, I am one of the OGs of IE Sports Radio, along with you, of course. You were the man that started it all. So, shout out to Larry B again. But yeah, I'm here to, you know, school these new school employees of yours. Let them know how the OGs get it done here on IE Sports Radio. We went over a lot of stuff before the quick little break we just had. Like I said, there was a lot going on while I was away from the mic. With the whole craziness of the AEW locker room, with CM Punk, the whole CM Punk thing going on. You have Sasha Banks leaving WWE, and now she's in New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom, which is the women's wrestling company that's in Japan. You had the fall, and apparently the return of Vince McMahon. It's craziness, and the potential sale of WWE. That's the thing that's interesting, really. Like, I just can't imagine WWE being sold, at least to a company that's not family affiliated. You know what I mean? Like the WWE has always been owned by the McMahons, the McMahon family, and to potentially see the company be owned by someone not a McMahon is just craziness. In my entire life being a wrestling fan, there's always been a McMahon in charge, a McMahon being the owner of that company. So it's just there's crazy times we're living in, guys. Crazy times. I mean, things change. You know, the older you get, things don't always stay the same. I'm about to be 36 years old here in a couple of weeks, and a lot has changed. I mean, a lot is different. I mean, hell, a lot of people on the internet are going nuts because John Cena's got a big bald spot on the back of his head now. Like, it happens, guys. I'm bald right now myself. So it happens, guys. Can't hang on to the past forever. You gotta move forward. That's how you evolve. That's how you progress, by moving forward. And with that said, let's transition to moving forward to talking about the first stop on the road to WrestleMania. That is right, WrestleMania this year is coming to you live in Larry B's neck of the woods, my former neck of the woods, because like Larry B, the namesake that I am from SoCal. Larry B lives in SoCal currently, and WrestleMania is coming to you live from where last night's TCU's domination, TCU being dominated by Georgia, by the Georgia Bulldogs. That is where WrestleMania's night 1 and 2 will be taking place from that sad state of affairs. The SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California. WrestleMania goes Hollywood this year for nights 1 and 2. But before we hit LA for WrestleMania, we gotta take a step back and head to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, live on Saturday. I forget. A lot of these events now take place on Saturdays now. Live on Saturday, January 28th. It is the Royal Rumble match, and this will serve as the 30th anniversary celebration of. This will be a part of the Alamo Dome's 30th year's anniversary celebration. It's been 30 years since the Alamo Dome has been a fixture in the city of San Antonio, Texas. That's crazy. So, you know, WWE is going to go all out the whole week down there before the event. It's going to bring a lot of business, a lot of eyes on San Antonio, so good for them. I would make the draft off, but that's just no. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's too fucking far. Anyway, if I can find a cheap flight, I'll do that. I mean, a lot of people are like, that's lazy. Fuck that. I don't have the gas money or the patience to sit in traffic for 5 to 6 hours to see a wrestling show for 3 hours and have to make the trek back the same exact way. No, thank you. If I can find a cheap flight in and out, then more power to me. But yeah. Anyway, this is funny. The Royal Rumble and I are the same age because this year, 2 days before my birthday, which is on January 30th, on Saturday, January 28th, this will mark the 36th annual Royal Rumble match. So this event has been alive just as long as I have. The Royal Rumble, man. Me and the Royal Rumble. Peas in a pod, baby. 2 peas in a pod. But we haven't had too many matches announced so far, but we'll discuss what we got going anyway. That's already been announced or rumored to be announced. What is official, of course, is the first off would be the 30-woman Royal Rumble match, the Women's Royal Rumble match, where the winner of that match wins a Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 39. WrestleMania goes Hollywood. And the winner will choose which champion she faces. It'll either be the SmackDown Women's Champion, the Raw Women's Champion, or potentially the NXT Women's Champion, because that was a choice a couple years back. When Charlotte won the Rumble, she chose to face Rhea Ripley, who was the NXT Women's Champion at the time. So any women's title is up for grabs by the winner of the Rumble. Any singles women's title, anyway. And any wrestlers that have been announced so far for that match, it's only been 3 so far. On the SmackDown side of things, former SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan has announced her entrance into the Royal Rumble. And on Raw, just yesterday, Candice LeRae and Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley have announced their spots in the Royal Rumble match. So out of 30, we got 3 participants already confirmed for the Women's Royal Rumble match. On the men's side of things, the 30-man Royal Rumble match, the traditional 30-man Royal Rumble match, and the winner of that match will win a World Championship match at WrestleMania. And the current undisputed Universal Champion, of course, is the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the leader of the bloodline, the greatest wrestler. Excuse me. I'm getting a little crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's the greatest wrestler of all time or anything like that, but he damn sure was the man last year. He was definitely the greatest wrestler of 2022. I'll have to give this man his flowers after talking shit about him for many, many years on the previous iterations of this show when it was when the show used to be known as oh my god, it's been so long I forgot the damn name of the previous show, the Gorilla Position, when we were previously known as the Gorilla Position, and then Ring Rambling Radio, and now it's IE Elite Wrestling Show. Keep up, y'all, keep up, okay? I talked many derogatory things about this man, but I have to give him his flowers. Roman Reigns has been fucking awesome in his role as the leader of the bloodline. This is the best run of his career, bar none. I would put this up against his run with the Shield, which was also a pretty epic run. It was a short run for him, Mox, and Rollins, but this is definitely the best run of his singles career, bar none. He has been highly entertaining. He's been putting banger after banger after banger after banger. Hell, he even had every time he has a match with someone, it's a fucking awesome banging match, okay? He had classics with Brock. He had a classic with Riddle on SmackDown. He had a classic, which I can't believe I'm even saying this, he had a classic with fucking Logan Paul of all people. And I gotta give Logan Paul his flowers too. I mean, he may be kind of annoying douche, whatever. Yeah, he's probably an annoying douchebag, and a lot of people don't really care for him. But that guy is talented athletically, and you have to give him his flowers for that, because he put on a fucking hell of a show. He got injured in his match with Roman, and he still fucking finished the match. Now that's a real G right there, okay? He tore, or I I think he tore his ACL or MCL, something like that, and he fucking finished the match, man. No pain, no gain, baby. That's what it takes to be a WWE superstar. That's what weed out the men from the boys. Am I correct, or am I correct? Anyway, so the winner of this match, if we're to believe some of the rumors that are circling around the main event scene leading into WrestleMania, at some point Roman may lose one of his championships, or the plan is for Roman to defend both titles, both the WWE World and the WWE Universal, separately, one on night one and then one on night two. That's the plan, or at least that's the rumors that are circulating right now throughout the internet wrestling community. But let's just keep our eyes on the prize and stay tuned as the road to WrestleMania continues. We'll see what goes on from there. But on the men's side of things, the people that have announced themselves for the Rumble so far, on the SmackDown side of things, the one and only Ricochet, leader of Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar, and one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions in the New Day, Kofi Kingston, have announced their places in the Royal Rumble match. And on the Raw side of things, the almighty Bobby Lashley, Seth freaking Rollins, and the WWE United States Champion Austin Theory have all announced their spots and intentions to enter the men's 30-man Royal Rumble match this year. As we get closer to the event, I'm sure a few more names will be thrown out there, but a lot of the fun about the Royal Rumble is the names that are never announced, the surprises that show up in that match. One surprise that is being rumored, and I must say strictly a rumor as of now, but the plan for one of the big main event matches of WrestleMania this year, due to where it is being held in the heart of Los Angeles, California, Hollywood, baby. It's Hollywood. Movie stars. Just the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. That can only mean one thing. The rumor is it would be the return of the jabroni beating, pie eating, troll blazing, eyebrow racing, the most electrified man in sports and entertainment, the people's champion. Where everyone will stand up and cheer when the millions and millions of his fans rejoice. The Rock may be coming home. That's right. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is being rumored as a participant in this year's Royal Rumble match to potentially set up a huge mega main event match between himself and his cousin, the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. The dream match of dream matches, y'all. The Anoa'i family on display on the biggest stage of them all, competing for who truly is the head of the table. The Rock versus the tribal chief. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's just a rumor. But that would be the best case scenario, I guess, like for WWE. But it doesn't need to be for the title. That's my only concern. This match is so big, it does not need a championship match to sell it. The match itself, I just sold it just on that name, on the names alone. Roman doesn't need to be champion to have his match with Rock. But like I said, it's only a rumor, so let's see. Let's wait and see. We'll find out all together as fans and viewers and interested parties alike on Saturday, January 28th, live on Peacock, which of course is they have the WWE library, and that's where the premium live events now, they're not pay-per-views anymore, they're premium live events, where the premium live event, the 36th annual Royal Rumble, will be viewed on Peacock. If you don't subscribe to Peacock, I don't know what the hell to tell you. You're just wasting. I don't know. If you got $5 to spare for a cup of coffee, you got $5 to spare every month for Peacock. It's only $5, y'all. $5, and you get multiple different television shows, movies, and the entire WWE video library for $5. It's a steal. Anyway, other matches that have been announced for the Royal Rumble so far that are official will be the Mountain Dew. I can't believe I'm saying that, because they're sponsoring the match for some reason, because they have a soda that is named after the name of this match. The Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Apparently this match is going to be a cinematic match, much like the Graveyard match that AJ Styles and Undertaker had in Undertaker's final official match with the WWE, or fans of the Broken Matt Hardy's deletion matches, the Ultimate Deletion, or the Decay or Deletion matches, those very cinematically filmed matches. That is what the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match is going to be. I have no clue what the fuck that means. Is it going to be like a match in the dark? Are they going to be hooded? I don't know. We all going to find out together when we watch the Royal Rumble. But it's going to be Bray Wyatt in his first official televised match against L.A. Knight. Yeah! L.A. Knight. Thank God they brought him back to being L.A. Knight. That was a mistake whenever he was known as Max Dupree with Maximum Male Models or whatever the fuck it was called. Thank God when Triple H took over creative, he was like, what is this bullshit? Get this fucking shit out of here. He's LA Knight again. Max Dupree is dead. Yeah! And now LA Knight is in, probably, this is definitely the biggest feud of LA Knight's short time on SmackDown, for sure. He's having a cinematic match against a former Universal Champion in Bray Wyatt. So this could be good. I love LA Knight. He's very talented, very underrated. He's very talented. This should be a very good match, honestly. Whether it's hopefully it's not too crazy with too many unbelievable cinematics in it, but this will be highly entertaining. I definitely believe this will be produced and will be a quality that we'll all enjoy. And then the other match that has been decided and officially signed as of last Friday night on SmackDown, it will be the Tribal Chief himself, Roman Reigns, defending the undisputed Universal Championship against the prize fighter Kevin Owens. This will be the third in a trilogy of Royal Rumble title matches these two men have had. The first time these two faced off at the Royal Rumble for a championship was in 2017. Kevin Owens was the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns was the challenger, and Chris Jericho, who was still in the company at the time, was suspended above the ring in a cage to keep him from interfering in the match. But due to Braun Strowman's interference, Kevin Owens was able to win that match. He's got one victory over Roman at the Rumble. In 2021, Roman Reigns competed against Kevin Owens. Roman was the champion and the Tribal Chief at this time. He was the Universal Champion. And Owens was the challenger, and it was a last man standing match, and Owens lost that match. And now they are 1-1 apiece. This is the tiebreaker. This is the rubber match here at the 2023 Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, undisputed Universal Championship match. And that is all we got so far that has been announced for the Royal Rumble. Larry B. God. Sorry, I got distracted. I was reading Larry B's chat. He's always talking about the Royal Rumble 2001. That's one of the best ones for sure. It was a very star-studded match. You had Undertaker and Kane in there. Kane, at the time, due to that match, he held the record for most eliminations until Roman beat that record. Oh my God, I forgot what Rumble he did that in. I think that was the Rumble that Batista won in 2014. I think Roman beat the record that year, or it might have been the year after. Man, I can't remember. Anyway, And then that was the last time Stone Cold Steve Austin won the Rumble, and with that victory at the Royal Rumble in 2001, Stone Cold Steve Austin holds the record for most Royal Rumble victories. He has 3, 1997, 1998, and 2001. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the only 3-time Royal Rumble winner. There's a lot of guys that are multiple winners. Hulk Hogan won the 1990 and the 1991. Shawn Michaels 95 and 96. Triple H won in 2002 and 2016, I believe. Yeah, 2016. And then John Cena won in 2008 and 2013. And Brock Lesnar won in 2003 and last year in 2002. So, but out of all those, Stone Cold Steve Austin is the only guy to have 3 Royal Rumble victories. I mean, he's a fucking Texas. He's the man. He's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Texas Rattlesnake. What? Beer drinker. What? Bionic redneck. What? Stone Cold. What? Give me a hell yeah. What? There's also rumors going around that Stone Cold might come back for another match this year at WrestleMania. I mean, WWE is throwing it all out there. Oh man, I don't know what to expect, man. This is the joy I love every single time after the holidays. The holidays are beautiful. I love being with my family. I love seeing my son open his gifts and being so happy. It brings me joy to just see him so happy every year. But then my joy comes after the holidays, after the New Year's. It's time to count down to WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania begins. Now I feel like I'm my son's age. I feel like I'm 9 years old all over again. I'm ready for this. The Royal Rumble, this whole WrestleMania season is what wrestling fans live for. I love it. I cannot wait. And fans, I hope you stick with me. I hope you stick with IE Sports Radio, because we are one of the premier, if not the absolute #1 premier direct feed for all that is sports. And I, the SoCal Saint, am your #1 premier podcaster for everything that is professional wrestling. And don't you forget it. That's copyrighted. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. I'm going to sell it. $19.99. Free shipping. Don't worry. I'll give Larry his cut. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me on this, for me, well, shit, not really for me, it's another day at the office, but for you, this monumentous return of the SoCal Saint. I graced you with my presence today. Feel blessed. Feel privileged to have been in the presence of the golden voice of IE Sports Radio. Ooh, I'm copyrighting that. Boom, copyrighted TM. I own it, Larry. Don't even think about putting that on a t-shirt. That's mine, baby. The golden voice of IE Sports Radio has returned. The OG golden voice of IE Sports Radio is back on the air. Rejoice, rejoin, and revere the SoCal Saint, because I'm coming back next week, same time. Well, let's rewind. I'm coming back. Same SoCal Saint time, same SoCal Saint channel. The SoCal Saint. This has been the IE Elite Wrestling Show. I'll see y'all next week.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy, awesome white tea. They are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.